Hi, in this video we're going to go through strategy backtesting with TickStory data, and then we're going to install TickStory on our VPS server so that we can do some strategy backtesting. So first of all, let's cover a bit about backtesting. So backtesting is a simple concept. Basically, we're testing any strategy against historical price data, so that we can see the rules and logic that we have in a particular strategy, how it performs on past data, and see what plays out. And obviously it doesn't guarantee future results, but it's like a first reality check that if a strategy is decent or not. And you're not looking for a 100% win rate or anything like that, but you're looking for kind of an edge that's repeatable and profitable. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to backtesting. So one important thing though, data quality matters. So for example, two people can test the same strategy on the same pair and get complete different results. And the difference would be the data that they've used. So bad quality data can potentially produce fake or unreal results. And the good quality data produces something that is realistic and you can potentially use as well for your future trading on live. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on quality data. And now when it comes to data, the data that comes with your software, for example, when you install, like in the previous video, previous session, we set up a demo account. And with that demo account, you're going to have some data that comes with it, back testing data. The problem with that default data that comes with it, it's of low quality, and it's got some missing things that we need, and the data quality is about 70 to 90%. Sometimes it can be even worse. So it's definitely not good enough for testing. So basically that's why we need good quality data that goes beyond 90% quality, and that's where the TickStory data comes in. So with TickStory, it gets its data from a broker called Dukas Copy, and this is a institutional grade data. It's used by banks and funds, and every single tick is recorded. There's no gaps, there's no patches, and when you run a back test on this data, you're testing something that's much closer to the real market conditions, and the data quality is I think about 99%, something like that. So it's really good quality data that we're going to use when it comes to TickStory Dukas Copy data. So obviously you're probably aware that there's two MetaTraders, the MT4 and MT5. And MT4, it's the older version, and it's got some limitations to it when it comes to testing. Whereas MT5, it's a much better quality. It's got more features when it comes to testing features. So that's why we're going to use MT5 backtesting. Okay. In this video, we're going to be downloading 1 year's worth of data from TickStory, which is free. You can download 1 year's worth of free data from TickStory, and we're going to obviously download the asset for gold, which is XAUUSD, because that's what we're starting with in our challenge. So we're going to be looking for gold strategies. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in this challenge. So when it comes to time, we're going to go for 1 year. Obviously we're going for 1 year because we want to save costs as well, and it's the free tier. For the purpose of this challenge, we're not building a hedge fund or anything like that. We're just testing ideas quickly, filtering out the bad ones. So I think 1 year is enough to expose a broken strategy, if you like, and see if it's got an edge or not, especially when it comes to different time frames that we're going to test. So I think it should be fine 1 year for now. So another reason is 1 year is good, because sometimes, look, the market's changed. Right now, the market is in different condition than it was, for example, in 2010. Post-COVID, for example, markets changed the condition. And if we use the most recent data, which is 1 year, we know that we're seeing the experience of the market that was most recent. Now, if you look at the game plan for this challenge, basically my aim is to have multiple strategies, uncorrelated strategies, diverse strategies. So we're not looking at a single strategy. So if we have a collection of strategies uncorrelated with each other, all running independently, so we should hopefully get a stable curve. So that, for example, if one strategy is losing in a particular month, another strategy might be winning. So that's the kind of plan that we're going for. So hopefully, even with 1 year's data, if they're uncorrelated diverse strategies, I think overall, if they work together, it might come out all right, profitable. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Okay, so it's just a quick summary. Data quality determines whether your backtest is real or fictional. Broker data is often incomplete, so we're not going to rely on that. We're going to go with TickStory data, which is Duca's copy, 99% quality. MT5 platform we're going to go for the testing, and we're going to use 1 year of data, and the goal is obviously a portfolio of diverse test strategies, so that we can overall be profitable over time. So next step, we're going to be installing TickStory on our VPS server, and we're going to take it from there. All right, first step we're going to do, we're going to go to tickstory.com. So tickstory.com, you're going to click on download. So we're going to go with the light plan, which is the free plan. So we're going to click on download. Next page is going to put in your name and email address, and then click on download. So once you've done that, you should see a pop up for the download file. You can just save that on your downloads folder. Alright, next you need to go to google.com and type in Microsoft.NET Framework 4.8 offline installer. Okay, and then once you do that, you go to this page. Click on this page for Microsoft. Make sure it's support the Microsoft.com website. And we're gonna have to download that, okay, because that's what TickStory needs, this framework thing to install first. Okay, so we're gonna click on download Microsoft package now. Alright, so once it's downloaded, you can see it here under the downloads, Google Chrome. You double click on that, the downloaded file. Alright, it's going to start extracting the files. So on your VPS server, you'll see the Google Chrome browser desktop shortcut. So you can use Google Chrome for your web activities, like if you want to download stuff, things like that. So it's just doing the download now. Alright, so this could take a while, okay? Just to give you a heads up. Alright, so we may run into this error here. It's saying it can't continue. Previous installation required your computer to restart. So in this case, you're just going to close it and restart the computer, the server. So as you can see here, it requires some sort of update. So we're just going to update and restart. Yeah, let's put planned. Alright, so I've just restarted the server now. I'm running the update again. So it looks like it's moving a bit forward. But let's see. You want to set up close? Yes. So you got to close all that. Yes. Looks like it's making progress. By the way, if you see any server issues or anything like that, errors, you can always report it to your VPS provider, whichever provider you go with. Yeah, anything to do with the operating system update issues. All right, so it's looking good. So installation is complete. So now we're gonna install the TickStory again. Let's go. Might need to restart though, but let's see anyway. Yes, it's done it. Wicked. Okay, that's good. So now let's launch TickStory. So we're going to accept this one. All right, so this is the TickStory interface. So now we're going to select commodity, XAUSD, right click, export to MT5. First of all, we're going to do bars, then we're going to do bars first. And then now we're going to select last 1 year, because that's the free plan. Make a note of these dates as well, from date and to date, because that's the values we're going to put in testing. Time frame is going to be 1 minute. Time zone, I understand it's the local time zone of yours, so I'm going to select London for mine. You select your one. Okay, so that's going to stay as that. Next thing we're going to do is that's it basically. So make a note of that as well, where it's going to be saved. So it's going to be admission document symbol. So what we can do with that one, let's just change it to XAUSD. So we notice that. Okay, so leave that as blank as default, the rest of it. Okay, we're just going to change the symbol, because just in case in future we download your USD or whatever, we know that it's to identify them as this separate data. Okay, so click on OK now. Okay, so now that's going to download the bar data. We're going to do the same process for the tick data. So let's wait for this to finish, then we'll do the tick data again. We'll do the tick data. Just to add that, it could take a while as well, so it takes quite a long time to download the data. It's like a couple of gigs of data. Price to payment, you're getting institutional grade bank quality data, so you know, very good quality data we're getting, so it's worth the wait. So it could take a long time, like I said, so you don't have to wait for it to download. You can simply close the window, your remote desktop window, and then come back to it and see how it's going. If it's basically 100%, and it's done, then we can move on to the next download set. But for now, yeah, if you don't want to wait, you can just close the window. But remember not to shut down the server. Yeah, you close the window here like this, but not shut down. That way your server remains on, and so that you can download the TickStory data. All right, so it's finished the first set of data, 100% here, as you can see. Now we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to select tick data to download. All right, same process, but just a few settings we're going to change this time. Export to MT5, sorry, and this time it's going to be ticks. I'm going to select last year. Remember, if you're doing this on a different day, obviously your date range is going to change, so make sure you match it to the previous one, the first set that we did, the bar data, which was like today's date, like in my case 30 and 29. So just remember that. So if you're doing it a different day, just set it to date that you did the bar data, same date as that. All right, so this bit now, time frame, is going to be tick. Okay, so leave that as default. Next thing is just time zone. I'm going to select my own time zone, which is going to be London. Okay, and next thing is going to change this to symbol to XAUSD, just so that we can identify the file. And that's it basically. I'm going to hit the download now, okay button. Okay, there we go. Right, now this is going to download the tick data now, so we just got to wait again. Similar sort of time probably it'll take. Probably takes similar sort of time, and then we just wait for that to download. So once these two download, that's it, we're ready with the data on our computer, on our server. Next step is going to be to load the data into MetaTrader 5. So let's wait for this to finish, then we'll do the next step. I just want to say a quick thing. You see, while it's downloading, you can see some messages here like server busy, unavailable. Just kind of ignore that. As long as it says 100% at the end, that's all that matters. Okay. I've just run into one issue which I'm going to resolve now. So in my case here, what happened was the installation stopped basically because it says there's not enough space on disk. So I've checked my local home computer. When I downloaded it on my home one, both sets took about just under 8 gig. So just make sure you got about 8 gig or just about that sort of space available before you download both sets. So in my case, because I've downloaded one set already on the C drive, I'm going to download the second set on here, D drive, because I've got enough space in that one. All right, let's quickly do that. Tick data, 1 year. London. and then this time I'm going to point it to the D drive. Alright, so what I have to do, I just have to put D like that because there's no option to point it. So I'm just going to do it like that, basically. D, just to put it on the root of D simply. And then just change this to XAUSD. So I'm just recording this video just in case you run into the same problem and you have to install the second part on a separate drive. So that's how you do it. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on D, XAUSD, and that's it. Just going to hit the download now. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to start the download again and let's see what happened on this one. Hopefully it should be fine because I've got enough space. Alright. So I just take the D drive, it's created the file now, it's going to start downloading the data. Yeah, so the one that failed, you can right click and cancel the job like this, cancel tasks. The one that failed because it didn't have this space, so which I've done now. But this is the one that's doing now on the D drive. Alright, so we made some progress. The second set of data is downloaded now. So we've got our two sets of data. We've got the tick and the bar data, which we're going to load into MetaTrader 5, the demo account that we created in our previous videos. So we're going to do this step now. If you go to start and then you should see recently added RoboForex MT5. You should load that one up. So next step, once it loads up, we're going to go to view. Then go to symbols. I just have to do it again. Anyway, so we go to metals then we're going to select XAUSD, highlight this one. Then we're going to create custom symbol, which I'm going to show you now. So we're going to click on this one, create custom symbol. And then here we're going to put in a symbol name. So I want to give it, for example, XAUSD TS, which means TickStory data, or TSD or something like that, TSD. So I'm going to keep it that and click on OK. So this name, what we will give it, so we can identify that from the drop down when we selecting the data set. Next we're going to click on OK. Because I clicked on OK already, but for the video I just had to do it again. But once you click on OK, that should close. And then now we should see our custom symbol here. Next we're going to go to bars, and we're going to make sure our custom symbol is shown here. And then we click on import bars, and now we're going to browse to our location that we saved our bar data. So in my case, because I had the issues with my storage, I had the bar data in the C drive and the tick data in the D drive. But what I've done now in the background, I've actually put them in the one location, which I'll show you. Okay, so in your case it should be in one location provided you have the storage for both of them. So before you do the download, make sure you have storage. Okay, so I'm going to go to my documents folder. Actually I think I put it in the C drive. Yeah, I put it here. Okay, so I moved it to C drive. So now look, so this is the bit I'm going to do now. XHD bar data. Once you do that, you're going to hit open. Okay, once you select that, the bar data, we're going to select open. And now look, it's going to import all the data. I'm going to say OK. So now that's downloaded the bar data, and we're going to do the same thing for the tick data. We're going to go tick, and then okay, and leave the default settings, but make sure our custom symbol is selected, and that should be there by default anyway. Then import ticks, and then browse, and we're going to this time select ticks. Okay, and this could take a little bit extra longer because it's a longer file. Hit OK. I'm just going to wait for this to import all the data. So as you can see the progress bar here, look, 1%. So just wait for that to finish, and that should have all the data, tick data imported. So let's wait for that, and I'm going to pause the video. So if you don't want to wait around, watch the screen, you can of course close the remote desktop window come back again, as long as you don't make sure you don't shut the server down. Yeah. Okay, success. So it's just finished the data download. Now we're going to hit OK, and that's it. It's done. We've got all the data that we need from TickStory, Ducast copy. Now let's do a quick test. So let's browse to free robots on the navigator, and let's try this one. Black Cause White Soldier. Let's try this one. So right click and then click on test, and then you will see this. That's the strategy test interface. And make sure symbol selected the R1 which we created, XAUSD custom symbol, and we can set that to 1 minute is fine. And then the date range that we download the data for, which is this in my case. We can select delay to look last ping to your server. Let's stick to real time, the last realistic time delay, and then latency. Select model in every tick. Deposit, let's leave it as 10,000. Actually, let's change it to 100 so it finishes probably quicker. If it loses strategy, it's just going to end quickly because we only got 100 in there. So leverage, let's stick to 1,500 because that's what our test account, demo account is going to be. Now we're going to hit on start. Let's see what happens. So once you click on start, that one's changed to stop. That means doing the back test. And once it's finished, we're going to switch to green. So look, right now it's doing it. So we can see, if you click on graph, you can see what's going on here. So it's not looking good this. All right, so you can see the graph is not looking good. It went flat straight away. So it's finished now. Let's see what the result is. Click on back test now. So that's the result. So we had $100 deposit. It lost $46 in this case, in this test. So it's a losing strategy so far. But the important thing right now is we need to check the data quality. Look at the quality now. 99%. So that's really, really excellent quality data. So yeah, that's what our test was, basically to make sure our data is working, which it is now. But yeah, so this expert advice, obviously you don't want to be running that because you lose the strategy. It's lost $46 out of 100, so which is not good. But yeah, so that test is good. So our tick data is successfully installed now on our VPS, and now we're going to basically move on to the next step. Now we can start testing some EAs and strategies on our back testing system now that we have installed. So that's it for this video. So I'm currently running a automated trading challenge where I attempt to grow $100 into 1 million with automated trading strategies, and I'm sharing all my actions and steps. So if you're interested, it's all beginner friendly, step by step. You can register for free at 100-1m.com, and I'll probably put a link in the comments or description of this video. Thanks for watching. All the best.